Hi, my name is Henry Segerman. This is the Tv270 Meteor. This is joint work with Salt Schleimer. This is another puzzle. So what you have to do is make this object, which has icosahedral symmetry, from these 20 pieces. There are 4 different types of piece. It's a little hard to tell at first, but these really are different shapes. We call these pieces ribs. Each rib is made up of tetrahedra that sort of gently curve and twist around. So this is closely related to the quintessence family of puzzles. This is a piece from quintessence. And quintessence is based on the 120 cell, which is one of the regular 4-dimensional polytopes. Whereas this Tv270 Meteor is based on the 600 cell. Which is another of the 4-dimensional regular polytopes. In fact, it's the dual to the 120 cell. And how do these objects get into 3-dimensional space? We start with the polytope, say the 600 cell. We radially project it onto the unit sphere in 4-dimensional space, and then we use stereographic projection to move it into 3-dimensional space. And so this is where the name Tv270 comes from. There are 270 tetrahedra in the finished, the solved puzzle. The T stands for tetrahedra and V stands for vertex-centered, so this is the vertex-centered projection of the 600 cell to 3-dimensional space. So how are the ribs of the of quintessence made? So what you do is you start in a dodecahedron and you go through a face of that dodecahedron into the next one, and then you continue onwards through the opposite face of the dodecahedron. And that doesn't work with tetrahedra in the 600 cell, well, because the tetrahedron doesn't have an opposite face, so you can't continue onwards into that opposite face. Instead you have to do this sort of twisting tower of tetrahedra construction. And a consequence of this is that unlike with the pieces of quintessence, which have a plane of mirror symmetry, the pieces of the Tv270 Meteor are chiral. They don't have a plane of mirror symmetry, and so that means there's really far fewer ways in which they can fit together than the pieces of quintessence can. In fact, there's only really 1, maybe 2 different things that you can do that we've discovered. So the only thing that's left to do is to prove that, that it's solvable by unsolving it. So let's see if I can take this apart into its pieces. And once it starts falling apart, it really falls apart into the 20 ribs. This is the Tv270 Meteor.